afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Sunday, January 23rd, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern. The moment we realize that the universe cannot ever make a mistake, you'll know in your heart that you are always in the perfect place and at the perfect time. Did you know that when we stop trying to get somewhere better than the moment of our lives, we will experience a type of heaven on earth? And it's true. So now the time to let go of all of this striving and simply relax into seeing that everything is perfect and exactly the way it should be. We've all been searching and seeking to satisfy our desires for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. We are exhausted, and we just need some time to chill out. Try taking a mini break from desiring anything. It comes with a real sensation of inner peace, deep ecstatic bliss, immense joy, and an everlasting smile on top. Trust me, the most amazing things will instantly manifest for you by allowing your mind to take a long vacation from its perpetual search and recognize the perfection that's already here now. I recommend that you explore deeper into an illusory, into its illusory imperfections, and just notice how they are the necessary ingredients needed to start perceiving the totality of perfection everywhere in your life. The moment you do this and have truly accepted that this perfection is your natural state of being, then everything that you do with your life becomes an adventure in discovering the divine. It just feels so good to let go and trust in this amazingly perfect moment. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Marcus Aurelius. Our life is what our thoughts make it. There's no really arguing that. A lot of people try to argue that. No, that's not true. We have always been, and we will always be, amazing manifestors who have the power to instantly and effortlessly materialize any desired outcome in the physical world. The key words here are always, instantly, and effortlessly. If any efforting of new training were required to become a natural manifester, it would be supernatural and would be another experience in life that would come and go. The truth is that as long as we have a body and a mind, we have the power to manifest anything into the physical world. There is no need for another moment of suffering to occur for any of us to realize this deeper truth inside. Now, we may really, who we really are, is beyond the physical world, which is what enables us to manifest anything in it. You come from the unmanifest. You come from the unmanifest. That is pure, unlimited divine potentiality. You are naturally a soul permanently and forever. For eternity, the spiritual essence is the core truth of who and what you will always be. There is nothing you can do to change this, nor anything you can do to turn off the natural manifesting powers that come with this body and mind you are inhabiting. Experiencing yourself as a natural manifesting being in your everyday world can be easier and more enjoyable than you think. In fact, each moment is another direct doorway to exploring the divine understanding within each and every one of us and all around us. What could be more enjoyable than that? This inner and outer exploration of the divine is what makes our entire journey on this earth worthwhile and will provide more evolutionary progress for our souls than anything else we could or should be doing here. The secret of manifesting that you really want in life comes from shifting into the higher spiritual frequency of thinking and consciousness. When you're vibrating with joy, enthusiasm, love, and trust, you will automatically attract things, situations, and people that resonate of this higher frequency. It's a proven fact. It's been proven over and over and over again. High vibrations attract even higher vibrations, and so on. Whenever, wherever your attention goes is where energy flows. You do not always need to be aware of this process for it to work. Simply put, whatever you're thinking about is what is being manifested. We are always manifesting something, whether it is a compulsive worrying habit, an intimate relationship, your next meal, or world peace. Whatever any of us think about will grow and become our experience more frequently down the road. Now, the big question is, are you clear about what you want to manifest and what you don't want to manifest? We are all born with this innate ability to materialize thoughts into physical form and can improve upon this gift by learning how to harness the power of the mind. All that is needed is total surrender to the idea, feeling, and experience of what you want to manifest as if it is already here now. Instantaneous manifestation occurs when you can hold this sensation and continuously release the emotional negativity and resistance to having it be real. When there is zero resistance, total openness to the infinite possible ways it can happen, and a deep knowingness that your desired outcome is already manifested on some level for you in the here and now. Then it has to manifest for you instantly. This may seem impossible to many, ridiculous, or miraculous, yet it is as natural as the warmth from the sunshine above. So just surrender to it all. Sit back and enjoy the ride. The energy of trust is one of the greatest manifesting energies we can harness. It will propel us faster and easier into the life of our dreams. Right now, imagine you have a trust meter in the middle of your chest. It measures your trust in yourself and the universe, and it has a scale on it that goes from 0% to 100%. How much do you trust life in this very moment? Randomly throughout every day this week, check your body's trust meter and notice where it is at. Wouldn't it be nice, like an oximeter, that we could put a little trust monitor on our finger and it would show us where our trust level was? Check inside to see where the trust levels are at and practice feeling trust all through your body. Practice trusting in the perfection of life in each moment until your trust meter relax and resting at 100% all the time. No matter what occurs, devote the next 7 days of your life to seeing how high your body-mind can vibrate on the trust meter. Do everything you can imagine that feels peaceful, healing, and exciting to your soul. Do what will bring you more trusting energy and trust to growing this trusting feeling. Then life will devote itself to growing its trust in you. What do you think the most sacred life secret is of all? The most sacred life secret of all. Whatever is done lovingly with righteous purity and with peace of mind is a good action, or manamrishi. One of the most sacred secrets that many have found to remain is to remain in the source of love is learning how to consistently reside in the soul of your heart. What this means is living from a heart-centered life that is timeless, formless, always expansive, positive, and spacious. To find it takes something very real and radical. You must choose to continuously abandon all concepts, judgments, and ideas about yourself. You must choose to drop who you are and who you are not, and give all these ideas back to God. You are what you think. All of us are. If you think you are bound, you are bound. If you think you are free, you are free. No one needs to give you permission to be free. Only you. In the absence of these ideas, you are left with an emptiness that is so pure and fertile that only the most sacred experience in this universe can be born. Letting go of your identity seems like a huge, scary sacrifice at first. Yet the reward you receive is so enormous that it will take your life far beyond anything you once believed was possible. For it is at the very core of this empty vacuum of identity that you will find the purest source of love and eternal being, who you truly are. No matter what is happening in your life, you can detach, retreat, and discover this divine home inside you. This sacred spiritual nest is more easily found when you commit yourself to places and people that make you feel quiet, calm, and peaceful inside. Man is not born into mastery. You are born a slave of unconscious forces. The first step toward mastery is to recognize your slavery. To see that you are unconscious is the beginning of consciousness. Osho. At the very central core of your true nature is the highest vibration of love. This love never leaves you and is always available to feel whenever you quiet down the mind. This love cannot be damaged, altered, threatened, or changed in any way. It pours out of all of us, each of us, naturally, when our minds are calm and at ease. And it opens our hearts to the God source, flooding our bodies with absolute elation. Every day, that each of us choose to do those gentle, kind things to ourselves, rewarding ourselves with those things that bring deep peace into our hearts, such as watching a beautiful sunset, walking slowly in nature, or holding a sleeping baby. You can feel this sweet divine love so easily. The love wants to move through you. It yearns to course through your veins like an eternal fountain of life, rejuvenating every cell and molecule throughout your system. This love brings pure healing into you on the deepest levels. You can invite this love to come out right now by looking inside to feel where is the source of love. Look with gentle eyes, childlike innocence, and a permeating curiosity. And very soon, you will experience a warm feeling opening from inside. It's amazing how this secret love is always permanently inside of us, yet is often hidden behind the ego walls and the busy, ambitious mind. To break down these walls and to reveal the true source of love, you must choose to engage in a process of peeling back the layers of limiting beliefs within you. It's those beliefs that say this type of crazy, wild, ecstatic love is impossible to have, and is something you have to do something to experience right now. The truth is, you need to do nothing but relax deeply inside, and it will spring forth. A quiet mind is all you need. All else will happen rightly once your mind is quiet, as read out of Mirage. This love is always here now, forever inside all of us. And no matter what inhibitions and insecurities pass through our minds, no matter how depressed, suicidal, or down in the dumps we feel, this sacred feeling is available when your mind becomes absolutely quiet and still. The silence will deeply and eternally love you by instantly wiping your consciousness clear from the mind's incessant habit to focus on its problems. Learning how to be still, to really be still, and let life happen, that stillness becomes a radiance. Morgan Freeman. Here's a simple exercise that will invoke this divine love hidden inside us all to come forth. Gently bring your attention to the area of your heart and imagine the most beautiful flower is there, and it's opening its petals to the warm sunshine above. The feeling you receive is what opens the door to access the infinite source of love. Just how it sounds, this eternal source of love is no small matter. It is the most amazing thing in this universe. So you must choose to respect it as that. It is what brings purpose to our lives and healing to all those wounds that we carry inside. It's like a constantly pulsing sun inside us all, radiating warmth and gratitude in every direction. It shines upon everything that we see, touch, sense, does not discriminate at all as to what it shines upon. It radiates deep, eternal love, accepting and acceptance, giving compassion, understanding to the darkest, most demonic energies that we know of, which are in the deepest need of finding this infinite source of light inside. The people who hold this lighter vibration inside themselves will take you there naturally, just by hanging out with them. Their commitment to abiding in this healing vibration is contagious. As they talk, walk, and breathe in this healing source themselves, you can feel their connection and naturally mimic this love alignment within yourself. If love be not the law of our being, the whole of my argument falls to pieces. Gandhi. If love be not the law of our being, the whole of my argument falls to pieces. The more surrendered, peaceful, and still a person is, the more love they will be naturally radiating. We're all here to help each other ascend to higher levels of consciousness through love. In this process, we will find the depth of our trust and surrender is equal to our level of devotion to ourselves. In practical terms, looking at your own life, how willing are you to let go of your old patterns and excuses and give these up to experience real love? How are you hiding your bright light from the world? What excuses do you have for not fully living your life purpose and doing what you really want to be doing with your time here? All this hiding is a form of lying and is completely disempowering. Even the little white lies that you may tell others and yourself, these keep you small, stuck, and feeling stale. You have to acknowledge what lies you are telling. Ask your friends for feedback, and then summon the courage to let them go. Replace any lie you find with the truth, the real and most radical truth you can find. From this place, you become free and can truly ride with reckless abandon on this wild, eternal journey into the heart of love. No matter what happens in any of our lives, remember this one thing. This sacred source of love is always, eternally here, inside us, right now. And this will never, ever, ever, ever change. This love inside, all of us, can never die. And it won't even change with the different situations, careers, or relationships that come and go through our lives. If your heart still hurts from losses in your past, bring these feelings and memories of loss into the heart of love. This infinite source of love will readily accept them and transform them with its bright, deeply eternal, loving light. And yes, the sun is always there shining its love on us, even when it's a dark, cloudy day. Remember this and look inside your very hearts for the source of love. It is always there, ready for you to experience all of the time. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax these bodies. And the simplest way to do that is to focus on our breath. Easy in through the nose, easy out through the mouth. And to relax the body is to let go of all the baggage in this 3D physical material world. All the fears, all the anxieties, because they'll drop away. Because by focusing on your breath and relaxing the body through this, we move ourselves into the now. And no matter how much that ego mind wants to argue with you, the now is all we have. We don't have the future because we're creating the future in the now. The past used to be the now and is gone. What we derive from the past is what we have been able to store in our unconscious, subconscious minds. And it's all stored there in this massive library. So as we continue to focus on our breath, we still the mind, ego, subconscious mind. We still them, which means we leave them alone. We just leave them alone. This is the only way any of us will ever master the ego mind. Because when we leave them alone and we focus on the now through our breath, we can watch them. We don't judge them. We watch how they operate, what they do. And it makes us much more clear when some kind of thought shows up, right? And we say to ourselves, that's ego. And it vanishes. This is part of mastering the ego mind. Ego mind is they're horrible, horrible masters. They are just the worst grade you could ever give. But as servants, they're phenomenal. So all of the worries, stresses, fears, anxieties in this very moment that any of us are carrying vanish. And anything that comes up that you have a fear, you know, that uneasy feeling, ask it, why are you here? Why is this fear here? And of course, we create those. Which isn't a negative. The key here is for us to recognize that for ourselves. That I created this fear. Why did I create it? Ego mind created it. So I'm going to look at it and see what the ego mind's doing here. It's fascinating. And see, we start to go more within and less out there. Less out there, the material physical world, more within. That's where the true journey is. That's where the richness of our existence is. And whenever you feel yourself in the head, drop down into the body. Drop down into the heart. You'll know it. It's not difficult. And then, see, here's the ego mind comes in. Am I doing it right? Is it working for me? I don't think it's working. Maybe I won't do it. You see, that's the ego mind, the insecurity. But by focusing on your breath, constantly focusing on your breath, listening to your breath, moving into the now, stilling the mind, the ego, and the subconscious mind, you can watch it all. You can literally watch it all without a smidgen of judgment. And this is how we learn. It is our choice. And to stay within. Now, some of us, well, all of us, we have memories and we reminisce and we enjoy and, you know, we go into our library, our subconscious mind. Open the door, turn on the light, get comfortable, nice easy chair, couch, lounge, whatever. And we get the book and the movies and we watch. And we read, we watch and experience again. Oh, this was great. I really enjoyed this. I'd like to do it again. This over here wasn't that great. I won't do that again. But then we put the book on the shelf, turn the movies off, and then shut the lights off and close the door. And we can visit it any time we want. Now, these are all paths that we choose, whether knowingly or unknowingly. And the paths are pretty vibrant. They're very vibrant. You know, each path has a canopy of trees, which are all shimmering gold. And the path itself is like a vibrant emerald green flaming grass. And they're all the same. The only difference is that we can notice that the one on the left, the past, is very worn, and the one on the right, the future, is very worn. The one we're standing on, in front of, it looks brand new, the now. Some of us will stay in that past, and I don't believe it's consciously. I believe it's unconsciously. They stay in the past so long that they end up bringing that past into a future, creating that future out of that past, reliving that past in that future. This is why a lot of people will say no matter what we do, we always seem to end up here. Now, the future, we all go there. Even though we're creating the future in the now, which we aren't really aware that we're doing that, so we think that the future has already been created, so we go into the future. And we're constantly asking ourselves or others for advice on when am I going to be wealthy enough, when am I going to have enough money to enjoy my life, when am I going to be healthy enough to enjoy my life, when am I going to meet my lifelong romantic partner, when am I going to have a better job, when am I going to be able to buy that car, when am I going to be able to get that house. And all of it is in the now. Always has been. You can see how we get waylaid, misdirected, misguided by the ego minds. And none of us are exempt from it. But we can master it. And it's imperative that for each of us, that we choose to be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with ourselves at all times, and to be in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitude at all times. You should be able to find yourself in the middle of the day stopping and saying to yourself how deeply grateful you are for the very moment you're in. Now you can practice this, and after a while it becomes automatic. It just kicks in nonchalantly during the course of your day and night, morning. And you find yourself saying it more and more. Because there's lots of thoughts, say, and the thing that we have been tricked about is that we think that these tens of millions of thoughts that run by us like clouds in the sky are ours, right? And they're real slick, and they're real tricky. Ego mind's, it's like the ego mind's real slick and tricky. So we're just kind of going about our time, and these thoughts are endless. So you're focused on the now. You're focused on your breath. You're in the moment. And all of a sudden you find yourself wandering off in these thoughts. The key here is to understand that you can identify these thoughts as, that's not my thought. And it vanishes immediately. It will vanish. And you say this from the heart mind. That is not my thought. Now, sometimes, once in a while, you get to the point where you know they're not your thoughts, but every now and then a thought will come by and go, oh, I like that thought. I'll give that thought energy, move it into form, create it into reality, and experience it. Doesn't happen that often. And a lot of times we'll take those thoughts, we'll make them our own, and we don't feel comfortable with what those thoughts have created, how we created that thought into reality, and what we're doing that thought dictated through the ego mind. So you understand this. This is about us learning about ourselves. That's why we're here. That's one of the main reasons we are here, to learn about ourselves. Now, we have thoughts. And we send out 60,000 plus thoughts a day, every day. That doesn't mean we're sitting there with a calculator counting it. But roughly, that's about the number. So remember that you can literally experience yourself by understanding that a thought that goes out is your thought. A thought that comes in is not your thought. No matter how you've been trained or taught, a thought that comes in is not your thought. It is somebody else's thought. It's a program. Now we know that the souls that we are, the God source, the love that we are not the body. We are not the character, the personality. We are not the clothes. We are not the money. We are not any of that. We are the God. And all of us, collectively, everywhere, in all existence and beyond, make up the one God. So it's a collective consciousness. And we know the body, see, is earth. And the soul, the God, the love that we are, is heaven. Heaven isn't a place. That's a trap. Heaven is you. Heaven is every one of us, the God's within these bodies. So we're literally heaven on earth. Many don't know that because they're asleep. But some of us do because we're consciously aware. What does that mean? It means that you know you're of and from the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest eternal love. Which means you are consciously aware that you're conscious. So every step we take, we're creating paradise, literally, on this planet. Not only that, we're shining our light 24/7, infinity and beyond, 360 degrees, fanning out on a continual basis of the love that we are. We're blasting everything. We're saturating everything, flooding everything. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. Many don't know that. You can't stop it. It's fluid. It's us in these bodies. So you got 8 billion, just in the humanoid form. We have 8 billion gods shining their light on this planet. The true power to that is when you acknowledge it, that you understand by the journey within you. The journey that you choose to take within, no longer outside yourself. So if you were to take Starship off the planet, go far enough out in space, look at the planet, see its entirety, you would see that it glowed. And then you would look at the lights around it in the universe, and you would see that those lights look like a lit candle in the dark, dim, compared to this planet and all the gods on it, in it, above it, and below it. Now, we communicate, no matter 1,000 billion light years away, another civilization is. We're one. Period. And we have parts of ourselves that are asleep. They're always with us. They're part of the gods that we are. They will wake in their own time. We communicate with the parts of us that are awake, consciously aware. That's all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. It's the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Mandantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. All of our loved ones who ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. All the galactics, off-worlders, celestials. All light energy beings. On this planet with these bodies, the eyes that we have with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. So all of these light energy beings and all these different light spectrums, red, infrared, violet, ultraviolet, it goes on and on. We don't see them. They come in shapes, colors, sizes, and forms and configurations. But they are there. There is a group, though, parts of it that we interact with on a daily basis throughout our entire existence in these bodies. Fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, mermaid, dolphin, the whale, Pegasus, unicorn, centaur, and minotaur. And all you got to do is ask yourself, can this body that sustains me continue without water? Nope. Can this body continue without air? No. Can it continue without fire? No. Can it continue without wood? No. Can it continue without ether? No. We are these bodies are very dependent on the magics, the elementals. Can't argue that. Ego mind can't argue that. We're the ones, the gods that we are, give these bodies power so they can sustain us while we learn and experience and rediscover the gods that we are in the body. Now, the archangels, their civilization vibrated a different frequency than we do. We don't see them, like we see people passing in the streets, driving by, that type of thing. But we do meet with them. We met with them for several thousand lifetimes. And it's not like we always identify them, but there are times we do. And it's just a random interaction most of the time. And it's usually after the interaction, we say to ourselves, it just comes over us through our heart, and we say that was an angel. And then we feel bliss. Now, they have one message, for the most part, that they deliver, and they've been delivering it for millennium after millennium, after millions and millions of years. And the message is this: isn't it absolutely magna glorious to be alive in these bodies? Now, most of us, living in the physical material world outside of ourselves, don't know that. Because we take everything about these bodies for granted until something happens with the body that draws our attention to that instant. Because I'll tell you right now, when we leave these bodies, the gods that we are, we don't do any of the things or feel any of the things or experience any of the things that we do in the body. We don't eat. Can't enjoy a good meal. We don't drink. You don't drink water. Anything. We don't laugh. We don't cry. We don't make love. We don't do any of those things. Now, when it finally dawns on us that, holy moly, I am so deeply grateful to be in this body, to experience all these physical things. Pain? Yes. Sorrow? Joy? These bodies are not easy to get. That's why we savor every single second we're in them. And we're deeply grateful exactly the way they are in this very moment. You ever notice, maybe you've experienced this yourself, when you worry about the body, and it's an incessant worry that almost consumes you, what you are worried about and are incessant about, you never are able to accomplish with that body you're in on what you're worried about to eliminate the worry. Happens to many of us. We're not consciously aware of it because we're too outside of ourselves. See, when you're outside of yourself and not inside yourself, you begin to judge. You begin to ridicule yourself. Take yourself apart. Not happy with how the body is. Always complaining about this and that about the body. We all do it. None of us are exempt from it. It's because it is an absolute marker to let us know that we are not living within, we are living outside of ourselves. Now, they can surround any one of us at any one time. in the tens of thousands, tens of millions. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. And ask them if you want. They'll be there in a blink of the eye, and you will be in bliss. Now, the ascended masters, they have ascended into physical form. They have mastered physical form. They have ascended out of physical form. They hold pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical form. We are in the process of mastering physical form, and we're creating our experiences to perfect our creation. Now, the off-worlders, the galactics, the celestials, over 1,000 species, civilizations travel through this solar system every day. Every day. Every day. Throughout the universe, there's trillions every day. We're familiar with a small group. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, felines, Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid Avian. Now, this particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And we're all, to understand that we're always one. So you could say, in a way, we're gathered arm in arm, hand in hand. Hundreds of millions of us, consciously aware, focused on this planet and this now. Complete liberation. Not partial, not a little bit, not mostly. Complete liberation of the lower dark matter, survival matter forces of this planet. Frequencies. Permanently. Extricating and vanishing them. Permanently. From this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya. And we're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we are all one. And we are all God, and we are all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify and grow. We immediately form a white fire circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. In this very moment, this white fire emanates from the God source within each and every one of us, the pure, deep, eternal love. And it bathes this planet, infinity and beyond, head to toe, inside and out, with this deep, eternal love. It's unwavering, and it continues to grow and expand and intensify. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe, constantly being flooded with this pure, deep, eternal love. We begin to ascend above the planet, and we're immediately met and immersed in this kind of a magical ocean of glitter. Nothing like we see on this planet, far beyond that. And the best way to describe it is that you have a grand finale fireworks display of nothing ever on this planet's come close to, as well as a laser light show and a ballroom globe. And we know what those are. They reflect light all over with little mirrors. But this one's about 1 trillion times larger, 1 trillion times more intense. Picture that. All of that combined. What a crescendo. And we're curious, so we notice the reflective points. So we enter, we go near them, We notice that they're tiny microscopic mirrors, perfectly etched. We enter them, and we discover that all of us, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, are learning from each other and teaching each other. We're either students, teachers, students, or both. This is endless. We can learn from everything we choose. Once we're within, once we have stilled the mind, and we're just focused on the now. Each moment, through our breath. We learn from our dogs, our cats. We learn from everything around us. Those of us who have chosen to travel with the endless journey within and leave behind the physical material world and not be outside of oneself will recognize this more and more. You can see a butterfly fly. Learn from it. The tree isn't the life. The God within the tree is life. What life force do you think gives our soil on this planet enough nutrition for it to grow food for these bodies to consume? What do you think? What do you feel? It's Earth's, this planet's, God within it. And the God within this planet is experiencing a form of physical life. It's all synergistic. All of it's one. And we can choose, whenever we desire, to learn from it. To be spectators, watchers. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created, the gods that we are within these bodies, to remind us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are protected with a white fire armor. This is not like armor on this planet. It is way beyond that. It emanates from the God source, the kingdom of God, the pure consciousness, the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, purest of the purest, eternal love. It is impenetrable by any lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, demons, attachments. Period. Cannot be violated, manipulated, tricked, seduced, ever. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough through hatred, greed, anger, fear, dishonesty, manipulation, envy, hurried, revenge, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Then the possibilities open up, the demon possession, attachment, many other things with lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. The first part of that column is the purple transmuting flame. Now, we created this part of the column to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. The second part of this column of light is called the violet ray. We created this part of the column to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray We can cleanse and purify the area where these local lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies once were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony, the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden light, pink light. This is a column of light that we created, the gods that we are within these bodies, to remind us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the rainbows and the rain. We're the clouds in the sky. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the trees, the forests, the soils. Everything. And everything is us. So the next time that you view a sunset or a sunrise, a rainbow, starry lit night sky, mountain view, ocean view, whatever it may be, that's the God that we all are. That's what that is. That's the God that I am. That frequency shifts everything in our understanding because it's part of being within. This is through the heart mind. It's not an ego mind. And normally we usually say, isn't that beautiful? As if it's separate. And it is not. It is us, the gods that we are. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us step outside our physical form and hover effortlessly above them. The reason we do this, if we're carrying physical form, is that it's fun and we can do it. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system and beyond. In the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white bowl of light. It is surrounded by numerous rings of multicolored light, which seem to never end. And now this whole configuration creates this super white cloudy mist that's sparkling. You see electrical flashes. It's absolutely magnificent, and it's absorbed through our heart minds, and it's like a warm embrace that never ends. Now, we discover that the golden white bowl of light is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes well-being, gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, abundance, tremendous prosperity, tremendous abundance. And to discover that all of this is a reflection of the gods that we are within these bodies. Now, at the top of this crystalline light tower, we created it and designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's been doing, infinity and beyond, right in this very moment. And it's the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And we're swimming in it. And it's flooding this planet. All life, the highest supreme value in the universes, on it, in it, above and below it, infinity and beyond. We are drops of this golden ocean. We have the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops, drops is the golden ocean. The only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We all created this sphere almost 4 years ago. It holds all of our meditations, over 1,800 of them, in perpetual motion. Think about that. Feel that. Every day for almost 4 years, 7 days a week, hundreds of millions of us on and off world gathered, consciously aware, liberating this planet. from all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, and anything attached to them. There is no escape at all. You can plug into those, focus on the breath, be in the now, watch through your heart mind's motion picture. The goal of the spiritual path is to become fully conscious. This means to explore what is unconscious or hidden from your plain view. So for today, allow whatever you don't want to look at or see within rise to the surface to be seen, felt, heard, and loved. Get out a piece of paper and pen. Continue writing whatever feelings arise to the surface. Don't stop writing for 30 minutes, even if it's the same words over and over. Continue letting go of whatever is inside you on the paper, releasing it from your unconscious mind. I'll join in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose. An easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. What area of your life do you most need to create something completely new? Often, people get hung up on avoiding the material world because they assume it is not spiritual. Yet how will you feel when you follow through and complete that one task that you are avoiding doing? This is about being at peace with yourself and your life as it is. Do that one thing today that you've been avoiding doing. This will allow you to be a new person whose mind is calm, bright, and completely at ease. Don't wait. Do that one thing that will put your mind at ease right now. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. And we will return here Monday, January 24th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation called